Disclaimer: this video is no way affiliated or endorsed by TFCon and was made for entertainment purposes only.
This October 20th through the 22nd, TFCon Orlando at Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Orlando at SeaWorld with special guests Bob Budiansky, Victor Caroli, Dan Gilvison, Gary Chalk, Richard Newman, Alex Milne, David Sobloff, and Casey Kohler. Meet mediocre YouTubers Bert the Stormtrooper, Deluxe Baldwin, Diecast Norbs, Engineer Hoist, Fire Talks, Ghost Prime, Cato's Collection, Patriot Prime, Rodimus Primal, and Treebot. If you see them, make sure and say hi. You'll most likely find them at the bar. That's TFCon Orlando in October. Be there!
Diecast Norbs is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some what? Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello to all of you, my fine hooligans and scallywags, and welcome to another edition of Diecast Norbs Galactic Hooligan. And you know when you're all set up for a review and you're just about to do it, and then all of a sudden something comes right into your lap. On Sunday, I had a greatly Christmas-like delivery over to me and everything, and I cannot wait to review this guy. Already I've actually taken him out of the box. It is none other than our City Commander Ultra Magnus Studio Series Edition. He is everything. You know, like, I'm actually a big fan of this guy, and when I actually heard that Ultra Magnus was actually going to be coming out, I already decided to pre-order him and sit right by my door like Scott Pilgrim, just like waiting for my package to come in and everything day by day. And then finally, he's actually in from Amazon, also Hasbro, so thank you for releasing him finally. All that time I've been thinking, come on Amazon, why you playing? Come on Hasbro, why you playing? You know, because like everybody was actually getting their Ultra Magnuses in their boxes and everything like that. I was actually waiting for a long time, and now finally he's here. Amazingly dope artwork right over here and everything, as we can actually see. Ultra Magnus having that commanding presence and everything, right straight from the movies. Here we go at the back of the box. He's actually pretty cool, and I love this side of the box art. This is actually one of those times that I'm actually really thinking, am I going to get rid of the box? Am I? I don't know. Anyway, so we're actually going to take it right over to the stage. Welcome each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I'm going to enjoy doing it. And let's all say it, everyone. Ultra Magnus. Finally, we've actually gotten the Studio Series version of the Commander that we all wanted. The Ultra Magnus that we've all been waiting for the longest time. It is Studio Series Ultra Magnus, looking amazing. And he says, transform and mount up. And here he is with all of his Autobot crew. You can indeed put on 4 Autobot Deluxe cars on here. And I love this so much already. He's actually just gotten like the value of Ultra Magnus, the pristinity of Ultra Magnus, the magnitude of Ultra Magnus. He is super amazing. I can't wait to take you through step by step of this guy. I am really enjoying this. Here goes his front grille right over here, looking amazing. I really love everything that's actually going on over here. He does actually indeed carry the red front grille over here and everything. So here we go. And that's actually okay. His tires are actually gleaming right over here. Really, really nice. I'm loving you actually have the smokestacks over here and everything like that. It's actually kind of like not really built into the whole entire thing, but that's okay. I'm actually going to give you a clearer view of what this guy actually looks like without his Autobot cars here and everything, but just the fact that he can actually carry all four on here is actually really extraordinary to me. I love it. We actually have Jazz, Smokescreen, we have Red Alert and Tracks on here, and don't they look great on this guy? Like, this is actually just like really amazing to me. I love it. I can actually gush about this every single day. And like all good Ultra Magnuses, he actually does have the ability to take his Autobots troops out of his car carrier right over here, which we're actually seeing right now and everything. Here goes Red Alert with his non-F parts right over here. I'm just gonna bring this down, and for all intents and purposes, just let me set this up just a little bit. I just want to show you exactly how to get this one flap down here and everything, so you can actually kind of like get out his other troops. So you actually have this, you can actually bring this down right here, and then if you actually had Autobot cars over here, so let us bring Smokescreen and Jazz over here, and you can actually dismount them all together, and that's actually such great playability. Taking a look at the back, one thing I'm actually really happy about is the fact that he doesn't actually have the legs that are actually, the feet that are actually bent inwards and everything like that. Finally, we actually have an Ultra Magnus that has everything that we actually need for him to like actually entail and everything. There goes his doors. I'm pretty sure that if you don't want him being like this plain and everything like that, as far he's not really plain, he's actually loaded with detail and everything, but if you didn't want that to happen, I'm pretty sure that Toy Hacks will probably be bringing out a set for you to enhance this guy with a lot more and everything like that, but I already love what he actually comes with and everything. I don't think I'm actually going to be going through any real major changes, except for one. I'll explain that to you in robot mode, but here goes the flat panel right over here and everything, going into his flatbed right over here also and everything. Just really, really nice. Autobot symbol right over here. We actually have his blasters right over here, and he actually comes with the Skylinks version of the blast effects and everything. So he actually comes with all of that and one more blast effect. And just let me find that really quick. Here we go. He actually comes with this and just one more blast effect to actually make everything complete right over here. So he actually comes with a lot already. When you're actually in the box, make sure that you check everything you actually that you have in there, because it does come with like one of those paper wrapping deals and everything that Hasbro is actually doing right now to lessen their carbon footprint. And make sure that you actually check in there, because his antenna are actually in the bags themselves and everything. Those come separately from Ultra Magnus. I'm pretty sure that you've actually seen a lot of reviewers actually review him from the box and everything like that. You do actually have to attach the antenna, and make sure that when you're actually when you're attaching them, and you know, I'll save that for like a little bit later and everything, but like this looks glorious. He is already in his red, white, and blue colors and everything, and this is just great. So Ultra Magnus comes with all of this right over here. He actually comes with his rocket launchers and everything, which are separate pieces, so all you have to do is just like kind of like dislodge that, and then there it goes, and it actually goes into his rocket mounted pods right over here. So that's always really, really cool. Plus all of these blast effects, in which case there are times where I'm actually like, why are they recopying all of the blast effects and everything? But on this guy, I think it's right. You know, it's actually orange, like mixed in with like this, cloudy gray haze over here and everything, and I really love that. It's actually just like the right color, I think, for like rockets launching and everything. You know, just very, very cool. Again, he rolls really, really nicely and everything, even on this, even on my mat over here and everything that is actually very bumpy and everything, you know, but he actually rolls like a dream. He is just a very cool bot. I'm actually going to get you into robot mode. Oh, actually, before I do that, let me take you into his blasters right over here, because we actually get his, excuse me everybody, we actually get his Ultra Magnus blaster that is really nicely painted. I can't tell whether or not this is actually like a couple of pieces like meshed in together, because we actually have like a clear piece right over here that actually takes on the blast effects, and we actually have this nobule right over here that's actually the handle for his blasters. So it's really nicely painted. I love it to death and everything like that, but I really want to know more about about this piece. I kept on wondering if this is actually like added on a little bit later or something, but really nicely painted. We also get this ulterior blaster right over here, kind of reminding me more of like Prowls, or like just like a regular like sidearm and everything for like any of the Autobots and everything like that. More like Ironhide's blaster actually, you know? So that's actually really cool too and everything. Nicely painted also with like the clear right over here and like this piece right over here. So I'm actually thinking that it might have actually been clear plastic altogether with just this piece added on. I've already showed you how Ultra Magnus actually looks with his Autobot cars and everything like that, but just to give you a clearer analysis of what that actually looks like, here's Ultra Magnus with Smokescreen, Red Alert with non-F upgrades, Shrax, and Jazz with Toy Hacks upgrades. Also, sometimes I wonder if I'll ever keep any of these boxes, but the only reason I'd actually want to keep this one is because BAM! And this is the Autobot ship that was actually in the movie, in the 1986 Transformers the movie, and this is just such a great battle scene and everything, and I kind of feel like you could actually kind of like, this actually kind of like goes along a lot more with his truck mode right over here. So you can actually kind of like put him on here as he's actually rolling for justice, you know, and that actually really does give the full length of the truck someplace to rest, if you're actually into that kind of thing. But let's get this guy into transformation. And one thing that I'll actually have to say about this transformation is that it's very straightforward. There are a lot of tricks and a lot of things that they actually did to make this masterpiece even more of a masterpiece, even surpassing the masterpiece. And you all know, if you've been following me, exactly how much I really love the masterpiece. There are a couple of things that you actually have to watch out for, and I'm going to go through each and every step in detail. And here we go. In this, I decided to remove all boxes just to give myself a little bit more elbow room in order to work here and everything. So what we're actually going to do, and what I think actually makes this a little bit simpler to transform this guy back and forth, is locking this in right away and everything, because like there's a piece right over here where you could actually take it off, and you can even use that to take off the cab and everything, which is actually very cool. But for me, I'm actually just going to lock that in right here like that and everything, and that'll actually give us a supplanted, kind of like more of a firm base to actually work here with them and everything. Then we are actually going to go to the back, and we're going to dislodge these two pieces right over here and over here, and we're just going to move this upwards just by tilting it up like so. After that, let's just take these missile pods right off of him just for the time being, and at this moment we're just going to split everything up right here. Also, on either side of this guy, there are these pieces right over here that are actually right on the sides. You just want to push that in, and over here the same thing, we'll just push that in right over here to get that ready for transformation. And then there's a piece that's actually clicked right in the inside right over here and everything. Just untab it and then just move this at the same time. Let's just move this out of the way, and then we'll untab this side right over here. There's a definite clicking point that's actually on the inside. When you're actually going back into robot mode, just click that right back in and everything, and that will actually hold beautifully. So after that, we'll just leave this right over here like so. We will then put these two panels right onto the inside and then bring them onto alternate sides of the truck mode. After that, we're going to bring these two panels down and out just like that. Let us bring this belt piece right down just like that. Then we're going to take this and swivel it all the way around just like so. And now, once we actually have that over there, we're just going to bring this belt piece right over here. It's not as hard as I'm actually going to make it look or anything like that. I don't have any nails to actually get into it, but I'm actually still going to try. So let's just use our spudger type tool over here and we'll actually get right into here. I didn't need it before or anything like that, but for some reason, it's not really working out the way I want it to, so I'm just going to use that to bring this belt piece down. And now we'll actually reverse this whole entire area here. Now we have everything going right here just like this. So now all we want to do is bring this piece out and down just like this. That's actually where his rocket pads are actually going to, or where his rocket pods are actually going to go. So let's move this panel up and around. There we go. And right over there, and then that's where the rocket pads are actually going to go. Then after that, we're going to go over here and kind of bring these pieces out just like that. There we go. And again, it's one of those type of things where if you actually need a spudger to do that, use it. If you can actually use your fingers to do it, use that as well. I always like using my fingers when it comes down to transforming anything. Just bring this whole entire arm up just like that, and then bring this all the way down. And then right over here, we're actually going to open up this panel on his forearm and move everything up over here, and that looks beautiful. So over here, we're pretty much going to do the same thing. We're going to bring this whole entire piece up. We actually have to just kind of like use those disconnection pieces right over here, and then we'll bring this all the way up over here. And since we already removed this piece right over here, it's actually a cinch to bring all of that up here, and that's great. And then just bring this down just like this. And we will open up this panel right over here in the back and bring his whole entire forearm over here. And now we actually have a couple of arms. And now we're going to go right over here. We're just going to bring these wheels to the back right over here. And you already see Magnus's head right over here. So we just want to do this. We'll actually bring in these two smokestacks just like that and just like that. Bring this down. And then open this panel up. That's actually going to be his back plate right over here. And then there goes Ultra Magnus's head, which is actually just super, super brilliant. So let's bring that down. And then we'll bring all of this right over here. And then bring all of this down right into this plate right down here. Just like make sure that this belt doesn't go anywhere else but there. And then just bring all of this down, connect it right there. And this is actually where this problem is actually going to lie here and everything. This is actually one of the toughest areas to work with over here. It's just one panel that's connected to the outside bridge that actually bridges the top of the truck over to the bottom and everything like that. I kind of wish that there was like a simpler way to... My hooligans. How can I say this? This is actually a segment that I'm actually going to call I Just Learned a Thing. And thanks to Ultra Magnus, I have actually found out something about Ultra Magnus over here. You don't necessarily need a spudger in order to transform this guy. And this was actually something unbeknownst to me, but known to him, that once you actually get these pieces over here, which was actually the part that was actually troubling me, getting this piece over here to snap in is a snap, right? But getting it out was actually my whole thing altogether, and I was actually trying to use every single way that I possibly could and everything, except for the obvious. What he had actually told me was that you could actually go over here and flex the plastic just a little bit, and out it comes. Who knew? He did, you know? So let me show that to you once again. You just flex the plastic just a little bit. And just let me do this over here so you can actually all see how easy it is for it to come out of its slot right over here. And it makes a lot of sense because the slot is actually so located right over here and everything, which in bending the plastic, it actually just like miraculously like takes everything out so easily. I didn't know. So now my Ultra Magnus is even more ultra and even more Magnusy than I thought he was actually going to be. This is such a great thing. I actually really thank him a lot for showing me this little trick so I can actually transform this guy without using a spudger whatsoever, and he's amazing. Anyway, so since I've actually shown that to you, let's get back to the video. There we go. And now, just clip that all in. There we go. And then once you're actually done with that, the hard part is actually over. Now we just accordion all of this in, and then we just put that piece right over here, and then accordion all of this in, and put that shoulder guide right there. And now the last thing that you probably want to do is just kind of like take his hip skirt and just kind of like move it out, because that actually plugs right into the middle over here and everything like that. But also with these legs, you kind of like want to straighten them up just like this, and then kind of like see if you could actually move these pieces out a little bit more and everything like that. Let's see if I can actually do it here. There you go. And the back of the leg should actually kind of like go over here right into this piece, and then just kind of wedge itself into a peg holding station right over there, and then that should actually be that. And then once we actually do that, we'll just do the same thing on the other side. We'll bring that all the way up, and then we'll snap this into place. There we go. There's a peg that's actually right on the inside, and then just, there we go, snap that into place, and there we are. And then move his feet, not move his feet, but like move his wheels right into place right over there. They actually do kind of like come out right here. Just let's move that all the way up, and that actually hides the wheels in a little bit more and everything, so you can actually get a better stance. And let's do the same thing on this side right over here. And then once you actually do that, most important part of this transformation is just making sure that his shoulder mounted missiles are located right on his shoulders. There we go. And there we are. We actually have Ultra Magnus in his amazing robot mode. And now let's take a good look at this guy. This guy is awesome. And this, my dear friends, my dear hooligans, is Ultra Magnus the way he actually should be. He is super extraordinary. I don't want to say that Hasbro has finally made the final stamp on Ultra Magnus, but I'm going to really think that they're actually going to be hard-pressed to come up with anything better than this, unless they actually find some way to actually make this, to make these shoulder pieces right over here go in and secure themselves a little bit better somehow else. But this guy is super impressive from all angles. He actually says Ultra Magnus in every single way. I'm really, really, really impressed with this guy. He's, even on the back over here, just amazing. Really out-surpassing, though, the masterpiece. I actually have to say that I am thoroughly impressed with everything that's actually going on here. He really has wowed me and everything. let's take a good look at this grill right over here. He is just supremely awesome. Look at that face. That face actually looks like Ultra Magnus. One thing I'll actually have to say, it's the first time that I actually got into Siege Ultra Magnus. I had to go off and go get some paint myself to paint his nose, because that actually kind of like came out unpainted. They actually didn't leave any details over here to actually be needed whatsoever or anything like that. And light piping, let me tell you something. It's great when they actually bring light piping back into the whole thing. Now this looks like Ultra Magnus to me. This is a live version of one of my favorite heroes from Transformers and everything. I can't stop geeking out about this guy. Let's take a look at this. There's so much great detail that's actually going on into everything here. His Autobot sign prominently located right on his right shoulder and everything. He's got like everything going on over here. I'm loving this detailing and everything. Just looking like he's actually coming straight out of the '86 movie. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece altogether and everything, you know? We actually have like even this. Now, one thing I'm actually noticing right over here, and I'm actually just going to bring in Siege Ultra Magnus right over here. They actually didn't really leave it where he actually kind of like looks like he's splayed every single moment and everything like that. And when you actually have his legs close together and everything, you actually have, I need to go to take a piss mode and everything like that, because that is, it was good for its time and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, I still love these guys so much and everything, but this guy altogether just really takes the cake and everything. He has actually got lots of great articulation. You can actually bring his neck way up right over here. That's really nice. Way down right over here. He actually kind of like, you can actually kind of like semi-do the whole thing where he's actually looking over his chest and everything like that, giving orders. But you know, like it's all depends on angles and everything more than anything else. You know what I mean? You actually have these great ratchets right over here. One thing that I'm actually going to say right over here is on this ratcheting, and let me just bring you a little bit closer right over here. They really found a way to do ratcheting so well over here. It's really phenomenal. I love it. The one thing I hate, now let me get this little thing right out of here and everything like that. The elephant in the room is actually this piece right over here. His arms are actually super heavy, and it's not like I can't fix the thing altogether myself or anything like that with like a little bit of floor polish or kikis or anything like that. I gotta wish that this was actually like, oh, this was a better tolerance. Also, I don't like the fact that it's actually just kind of like on that one peg right over here and everything like that, on this one piece, where I'm afraid that it will actually break after some time and everything like that. All tolerances may vary and everything like that. I'm not exactly sure if we're actually going to see like anything awry actually happen to our hero here and everything like that, but that's one thing that I might want to watch out, that we all might want to watch out for and everything. Aside from that, I mean, unless you're actually just like going through demolition mode and everything like that and just trying to destroy him altogether and everything, I really don't think you're actually going to have like too much of a huge issue with it or anything like that altogether. But it's just something to watch out for. Let's see, a 360 right over here and a super ratchet. I really love that. He can go out just super far over here. Again, his arm tends to fall and everything like that, but like it's okay. I can actually work with it somehow. You know what I mean? Like there are other ways to fix that. We actually have a rotation right over here by his arm, right up by his upper elbow, right over here on his bicep. That's great. We actually have a 90-degree lift right over here on his elbow. That's awesome. We actually have 360 right over here and everything like that on his wrist. It is actually a little discombobulated and everything like that because of the wrist guard here and everything like that. But one thing that's actually really great about this Ultra Magnus is that he actually has a couple of joints right over here on his fingers, and that's really, really awesome. I love that. You can actually have him do the points You can actually have him open his hands. You can actually close his fist to a great degree and everything like that. So that's actually really awesome. And that is exactly what I'd actually expect out of a Commander Class Studio Series figure and everything. We'll get into like whether or not I think this is actually worth the Commander Class price and everything like that. In a short word, yes, but there are degrees for that reason, you know? And then we actually have like the twisting right over here on his waist. That's actually really great. I love that. Let's see, what else can we actually do here? We can actually go up to about that far right over here on his leg. We can actually go out to about this far backwards and everything. So he actually has a lot of motility in this. Can he actually do the full Kung Fu? He can do quite a bit of Kung Fu and everything like that. It's just like maybe a couple of degrees off and everything like that, but he is kicking somebody in the face, you know, so that's actually really great. He actually has a little bit of thigh rotation right over here. You actually have soft ratchets going right over here into his knees and everything like that. And it's actually kind of like semi-soft, semi-hard, so that's actually great. You actually have some ratchets going over here also, but really, really soft ratchets. But it's actually kind of like a combination of ratcheting and friction, so that's actually really great. And you can actually tilt his toe right over here if you actually really needed to. If you actually really wanted to like actually have him tilt his toes a little bit more, you'd actually have to disconnect this right over here and everything like that. But like aside from that, that is as Ultra Magnus as you're actually gonna get, you know? Like this guy is fanatically great. And does he have the stuff of leadership? Yes, he does. He actually does come with the matrix of leadership embedded right into his chest, and all you have to do is just like open up this piece right over here, and we can actually saw how beautifully painted this is on the inside and everything, you know? I'm not really going to take this out, or maybe I am, but it's actually pretty stuck in there and everything like that. I really love the way that actually looks though. I kind of wish that this was actually like a little bit more lit and everything like that, so we could actually see the brilliance of the Matrix actually coming out. But he has always been kind of like the Autobot leader that I think that we actually needed, so that Matrix is actually staying right in there, son. As far as his blasters are actually concerned, he actually has dedicated spots for his blasters right over here, so you could actually kind of like install them right over here and install his other mini blaster right over here, and he is ready for dual wielding action and everything, and that is super spectacular. You can always leave it off where he can actually just like use this blaster, because this is like his main one right over here, and that's great. And also there is a hidden butterfly right over here, so if you actually wanted to, you could actually like kind of like take this clipping piece off and everything like that, and kind of like have him use like this, so he can actually, or you can actually even take this off too and everything like that. There we go. And you can actually kind of like use that as like another form of articulation and everything. So that's actually really nice about Ultra. And I think the surprises don't really end on him or anything like that. Like as far as he's actually concerned, he is super durable and everything, super heavy. I really am enjoying this guy so much. One thing that's actually kind of like cool is that he also has this piece right over here, so like if you actually kind of like go over here, you can actually remove his arms combiner style and everything like that. So let's just kind of like move this out of the way. This is the first, probably might be the first and last time that I actually do this, but you can actually do that, remove his arms and everything, and then there you go. And then we can actually do the same thing on his legs right over here, where you actually have this red piece right there and everything. We can kind of like maneuver that out also, kind of like giving you that effect like he actually like was just blasted by the Decepticons and everything like that, like i.e. in the movie. But like Faces of Death was never my thing or anything like that, so like that might be Dr. Demon's thing more than anything else. But there we go. I actually did it with one arm. I probably will never ever come back to this again altogether and everything like that, because Ultra Magnus should always be super industrial strength at all times. And there we are. Ultra Magnus does have some weapon storage right over here, and you actually have that in the back. For his main weapon, I kind of wish we actually had like a bigger port right over here on this end, so he could actually kind of like have his main weapon right over there. But that one actually gets put onto his back skirt right over here. So there we go. We can actually place that in, and we also have this weapon storage right over here, so you can actually kind of like just put that right there and everything, and they're really solidly in and everything, so you don't have to worry about that whatsoever or anything like that. So if you actually wanted to actually just kind of like keep his weapons on him and everything at all times, you can. If you didn't, it's your figure, you do what you want to do and everything like that, but that's actually pretty great. One thing that I actually did find though is that these, like, as far as hollowness, he is perfect. You know, like, he doesn't really have like a whole lot of hollowness going on for him whatsoever or anything like that. And they kind of like really structured him pretty nicely and everything. I love it. But one thing that the only part that I kind of like feel like actually needs like maybe a little bit of a fill-in is probably his feet altogether and everything like that. Like, I kind of feel like that could actually kind of like use like a little bit more in the way of design and everything like that, to kind of like have like maybe rocket packs or something like that on the bottom or something like that, or just like regular robotic feet underneath and everything like that. But aside from that, he is wonderful, 1000% wonderful. I'm going to give you a couple of size comparisons. It has been quite the while since we actually started with this whole entire thing with Siege. And I just really wanted to bring in the before and after and everything, you know, like the before the Matrix and everything like that. Let's just say that he didn't get the Matrix until he actually, and when he got the Matrix, he's got supersized. I don't know. But like, let me tell you something. This is just so much the Ultra Magnus that we actually really needed. A lot of people actually kind of like keep on saying that he shouldn't actually be bigger than the Dinobots or anything like that. But like, I think that Ultra Magnus, as a car carrier, should actually be as sizable as can actually be and everything, and this actually answers everything. As far as the Core Prime version of this guy and everything like that, I don't think that it's actually needed on 86 whatsoever or anything like that, even though he was actually introduced as a character who actually had a white prime on the inside and everything. I think that this is just so much more superior and everything, you know? I mean, there are times where we're actually going to need to like actually have a toy that actually does just that whole thing, because like having like a white prime on the inside and everything like that mixed in with like added armor is fun. It's actually really fun, but not as fun as, say, something like this. His boys! There is Red Alert, Smokescreen, and Trax, and his second in command would be Jazz. And I think that this would probably be his A-list crew right over here and everything like that. Like, that actually looks really amazing to me. I have Ultra Magnus and Galvatron here, and I didn't get the newer version yet or anything like that. I'm actually waiting for him to drop over at Ross and everything, you know. But like, these guys actually look great together. Yeah, I didn't fix the shoulders or anything like that, but it is what it is. I still love them to death and everything, and they look great as far as characters who are actually supposed to be arching each other. And speaking about perfect arch villains from the Japanese lore, here we go with Ultra Magnus and Six Shot over here, and that is perfect to me. Perfect sizing in every single way. And I really want to think that Hasbro and Takara accidentally wanted this to actually line up alongside Six Shot over here and everything. It's great. Like, the heft on this is actually great. Not so much on this one altogether and everything, but this is leader class, this is a commander class. So in that, I think that the heft and everything that they actually put it together into this guy, the parts count, everything actually really makes this so well worth it and everything like that, to actually get this version of Ultra Magnus. If you haven't, or you're actually on the cuff of getting this Ultra Magnus, I'd say your worries are just so like minute and everything like that. This guy is actually super fantastic. One thing I always like worry about is probably like maybe the springs like right over here and everything like that. I'm not really sure if I'm actually going to be using the springs as much or anything like that, as being able to get the Matrix in and out and everything like that is actually kind of like a more of a novel thing than anything else. So that Matrix can actually stay in here, and he can actually still be the leader that we actually all need and everything like that. I love this guy to death. I'm actually going to give you final thoughts on this guy in just a moment.
And you're gonna get rid of all the villains, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are, because you're powerful, you're tough, and
oh, hey! Oh, I didn't know that this was actually recording. Anyway, so as far as Ultra Magnus is actually concerned, I think this guy is actually fantastic. I can't think of anything bad to say about this. I'll actually tell you, from one end to the other, he's actually great. From truck mode, he looks excellent, flawless. In robot mode, he's excellent, flawless. And I think that this guy, there's no other place for this guy. Like, in my mind's eye, this guy kind of like pretty much won best figure of the year and everything, you know. I really hope that you all might think so and everything like that. And if you don't, you know, that's fine too and everything like that. You know, like whatever you actually love, you win, you know. But this guy is actually just probably like one of the best holy grails that I've actually found so far and everything like that. As far as an Ultra Magnus figure, just 1000% mwah, chef's kiss. And whoever designed this guy should actually get a raise. If it's like a team, they should all get a raise, because like this guy is as ultra as you're gonna get. Well, the white shoulders right over here, it doesn't even bother me whatsoever. Kind of makes me think that he's always saying, hey, do you even lift, bro? You know? No, but I need to. Anyway, so let me tell you something. Ultra Magnus is actually wonderful. 1000%. Get this guy. He belongs in your collection. He belongs in. I'm really just verklempt. That's a good word, right? Still, in today's day and age, verklempt about how great this guy actually is and everything like that. Please seek him out. And that's it for me for today. I really appreciate you all coming in and following me, and you know, you guys have actually given me, I think, like about $6.99 6.99 or 698 viewers right now and everything. I'm actually 2 more away from 700. I really appreciate each and every one of you for coming in and joining me and everything once again for my trip through Nerddom. I really look forward to seeing you all again and watching me geek out over each and every one of these high quality figures and everything, you know. Even the bad ones are actually kind of high quality, you know, but like this guy is actually super awesome. I really appreciate you. Mental health check. Make sure that you're treating yourselves and each other amazingly, spectacularly. Take all of that positive energy and everything throughout the whole entire microcosm of the universe and everything, throughout the multiverse. Have it sent back over here to HQ, because I could always use some more. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and share this video and everything like that. I'd really appreciate it, because it's support like yours that actually keeps me going. Also remember, when these stop being magical, when amazing, superb, stupendous bots like this stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I definitely look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.